I meet lots of interesting people who I want to help, and the best way for me to give back is to quickly share who they're helping professionally and who they wish they could privately or philanthropically help more. And I help you by keeping the interview short and sweet. People in my circle can pick and choose who to directly and indirectly help with their business or charitable contributions. Who are you helping? Don't forget to subscribe or follow me on YouTube and TikTok so they start paying me to do more content like this. Let's get started. What's up? I'm Dan Fredenberg, and this is for Who Are You Helping? Today I'm joined with Moshe Orange. How are you doing today, Moshe?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for hosting me and
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to the challenge.
Awesome, awesome. This is Who Are You Helping? And all day, every day, I interview commercial real estate syndicators, buyers, sellers, investors, and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes there's somebody in my circle, somebody close to me, or somebody who I want to know what they're up to. I want to give you a chance to know what they're up to. And I talk to them to find out what exactly is it that they're doing. And if you're watching this at 2 times speed, you can use the playback speed right there that controls. It's the little gear on YouTube, and you can speed it up and you'll be done even faster. But before we get too excited, Moshe, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit for the audience?
Hey, so my name is Moshe Orange. I work at a company called And Our Real Estate Capital. We're a commercial mortgage brokerage doing commercial real estate financing nationwide. In 2022, for a second year in a row, we have closed just a little over than $1 billion in debt. And we are looking to grow this year. Hopefully, this is a better year. Last year started out as a great year for real estate, and as we went on, it started dipping. This year, we are looking forward to a great year. We're hoping that the economy starts getting back on track in the second quarter.
I love it. I love it. So, the first question, again, the whole idea here is to get to know exactly what my guest does as quickly as humanly possible. The first question I always ask is, who do you help professionally? And the reason why I ask that question is because I've got a background and I'm a consultant for marketing. And one of the most important parts of marketing is called messaging. That means saying what it is you do that people actually give you money in return for doing. And sometimes some guests, they give more details, like Moshe, you're in loans. So that's fairly obvious. I don't know if you want to go into a little bit more detail about who you help professionally, or if you want to get into the avatar side, which is to say, it's like, okay, can you describe more specifically who's a good fit for you? But take her away.
So me myself, mostly at first I started out as a construction. I was working for a construction debt fund, and we used to give loans to people who were doing value add deals. Later on, it just felt like it makes more sense for me to work as a broker. This way, I can offer my clients some more options for their construction and value add. I find that a lot of other mortgage brokers shy away from those products just because you have to have a deeper understanding and structuring deals. Deals can be very complex at times, especially if there is different phases of the construction. It depends what size of the deal it is. And then after I left that debt fund, I had a 6 months of non-compete. So during that period of time, what I did is reached out to as much construction and value add debt funds, banks, lenders, family offices who would be interested in doing those kind of things. And that's where I really specialize, and that's where I can bring real value add. Everyone can do a Freddie and Fannie loan. Those are easier cash flowing properties. So the competition is much greater on those items. When you're working on something that's more unique as construction or value add, you have to have a broker who understands what he's doing, the way he does underwriting, the way he pulls comps, shows them to the lender, makes the strongest case. You know, it's not always about just sending a pro forma, but when I send out a deal to the bank, I make an OM for the deal that has the pro forma together with an underwriting and an Excel sheet and a regular OM on PDF. This way, when the bank or the lender gets the full deal, he gets a very good understanding of what he's going. And with time, I find that a lot of lenders appreciate it, and the relationships, once you close your first few deals with different lenders and they see that you were very accurate also with your underwriting and also the way you presented and performed the deal, it gives them more confidence that later on when you send them just the OM and underwriting, they look at the package just from above, they can offer you pretty quickly a soft quote, which later on leads to the term sheet and you get it in the books.
Mhm.
So that's really where I dig in, and that's where I'm most aggressive.
Mhm.
And those are really the clients that I'm most able to help them out.
All right, beautiful. So my next question then, you've done a great job of the professional side, and one of the things that I do with my next question, it's inspired by the fact that I'm from the internet, in case you haven't caught that yet. And everywhere I live, there's always a movement to say, oh, shop local, support your local community and economy, and that's very important. But if you're from the internet, then you're kind of cut out in most situations. So it hit me, is like, well, what can we do to make sure that we're getting that added benefit from choosing my guest or any professional in particular and using your professional dollars towards that person? So the next question that I have, sometimes people take it, from a professional standpoint, some people take it from a personal or philanthropic standpoint. But Moshe, we all have some people who we wish we could help them more than we are right now, but because of time or money or something like that, we find ourselves, just not doing, the A+ job that we'd like to. So, who is there out there, family, otherwise, that you'd really like to help more?
So I'll go in a little bit to personal, and I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing, but I'll say it anyway. When I first started, my profession and job is a commission job. Whatever you don't close, you don't. What you kill is what you eat.
Mhm.
That's the bottom line. When I first started and moved here to the U.S., so I started working in this job. It took me quite a few months until I got the first term sheet signed and got the first deal rolling. I remember working for that debt fund and they told me, lay out the funds for sleeping at a hotel. I was traveling to Philadelphia to meet up with clients. They told me, we'll reimburse you for your night at the hotel. I
Mhm.
go into a hotel, I swipe my credit card, it was declined. I swapped a second credit card, it was declined too. And then the third one with the same story
Mhm.
was declined also. So I remember this very clearly. It was the midterms of 2018.
Mhm.
It was a freezing night that night in Philadelphia. I pulled into a gas station, slept in the car, and just in the morning went into the gas station's convenient room,
Mhm.
washed my face, went out to the meetings. And, I always say that we learn the most from embarrassment and humiliation. And that's where I really learned that one day when I'll start making some more money, I'll try to spread the wealth, as they can say, just because I think that this is, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I don't feel confident that governments know how to do it properly. I just feel like individuals know how to do it better than them.
Mhm.
So one of the decisions I took for myself was that from now on, each time I have a closing, 10% of that income goes straight to a charity fund.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, it can go into different, in the past, my wife was battling cancer, so today I try to help different cancer organizations with those funds. I try to help different veteran programs just because I also served in the Israeli army, so I try to help different kind of organizations with military veterans.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm blessed that I'm also able to not only to do a job that I love, but also to help other people with other needs
Hmm.
as much as I can. So this is this was a decision I made in that night in Philadelphia, sleeping in the car, and since then that became history. But the commitment is still kicking forward.
Hmm.
Um, so
It's a,
that's my story in a
it's a heck of
nutshell.
a story. That I'm really glad that you shared that, because like that's exactly what I'm looking for this. Is there's so many people who, especially when things are tough, we put on, a happy face and move on, and and I can relate so much. I changed careers before. The most obvious one was going from a teacher into e-commerce, and like it took about a month before I could find any work at all, and I ended up doing 100% commission based work as well, and it's really tough coming in the next day, like even if you just killed it the day before, coming back in and no one's like, yeah, I'm starting from zero all over again. I got to get that momentum. I got to kill it. So thank you very much for sharing that. So the next question though that I always have, it's the one where I like to pretend it's like Santa Claus or a genie in a lamp or whatever it is, and the actual genie, or it's the people in the audience, is how can people help you? So what is the best way to help you out, even if you're just being super selfish? It could be professionally, it could be otherwise. What's the best way?
Wow, so that's no, I'm always not 100% sure. It's obvious the people who I'm targeting, those are sponsors
Mhm.
who are looking for financing. With that being said, um, one of the things I learned when I came into the business was from Yona Weiss, just be happy to help people. And it's something that until, I try to connect people that I have no benefit from, just for to connect them. If it's title people with different sponsors, and if it's insurance people. So I'm contact. I try to make connections all the time, and sometimes people feel like they appreciate that, and then they make introductions. They make me also some introductions. But I'm really looking in my professional life is to increase my Rolodex, the people who I know, my network. I'm always looking for more sponsors, always looking for more people who are doing deals to connect them to the right debt and help them out accomplish their goals.
I love it. I love it. And the last question has to do with how do people reach out to you? Just so you know me, my last name is pretty distinct. So LinkedIn is a great way to find me. I'm there all the time. If you are a syndicator and you want to know more about 506B me, if you scan this code right here, that'll bring you to the FAQs page, and it'll show how we have different options, including chief compliance officer for your company, starting as low as 497 per year. But Moshe, what's the best way to reach out to you? Is it LinkedIn? Is there a website, a phone number? How should people reach
So
out?
the best way to reach out to me is either LinkedIn or on my cell. Those are the two platforms I respond the quickest.
Mhm.
My LinkedIn, my name is an easy name to remember. Moshe Orange. a little bit of unique in the world of real estate.
Mhm.
So easy to find me either on LinkedIn, different social media. I'm always happy to connect. My cell phone number. You can also find that and our Andar's website, an easy website to find, andar.com. You can find us there. We're very active. Let's do deals.
Excellent, excellent. And so that is who Moshe helps professionally. That's who Moshe wishes he could help more, how you could help Moshe, and how to reach out to Moshe. Make sure you accept no substitutes, no Moshe Greens, no Moshe Reds, no anything like that. But Moshe, I do have one other thing to mention, which is those are all the ways to help you. Did you know that if people in the audience hit the huge ugly red subscribe button, then that helps me? Ding. The subscribe,
Great.
it helps. It is free. Did you know that?
Now I
On
do.
YouTube. It did. Yeah, exactly. It's totally free to hit it, and all it means is that my videos might show on your list of suggestions as far as you're concerned. The reason why I push people to do it is so that YouTube starts paying for these videos instead of me. But you don't even have to watch those videos on your list of suggestions. I just appreciate the fact that you spent this time with me. Just like Moshe, it's been great getting to know you a little bit better. This is a really fantastic talk.
Thank you so much, and I do appreciate the time. And let's do some deals together this year.
For sure. All right, awesome.